Hey everybody, welcome to the Hit.OR.DIE podcast, episode 43. This is going to be calls to the clubhouse.
That's the best. That's the old. Tell them where it came from. Who?
You.
Well, it's Pappy.
Yeah. And I think it's great for, this is what we're going to do. Probably, this is going to be our weekly thing. Our Bush League will be with the boys, you know, having fun and doing that. And then our normal podcast with guests. But these will probably be the weekday ones where we have call-ins and talk about their team and records and stuff. So today we have Coach Pearse from Reedley. They had a tough loss yesterday, but we'll get into his season and how they're doing and then what he thinks so far with their club. We were hoping to get on Batesall, but they had a meeting today, so maybe next time we'll get him or Overland. But for today, we'll have Pearse. And then today is Wednesday, the 4th of March, 2020. And you want to go over some scores?
Yeah, Tuesday's finals. So last night you had Buchanan at home against Liberty, which was a big matchup. They beat Liberty 7-1. And another one, I keep forgetting Memorial's D1 a little bit. So I was going to, I had it in the D2 column first, but Memorial beat Stockdale at home 6-2. And Clovis North avenged the loss last year to Minarets at Minarets 9-2. Madera Coyotes beat Merced 9-1 yesterday. We needed that. Fresno High over Washington Union 4-3. Mission Prep. These scores came from SynCal Preps of the coast schools. There was an account there that posted some scores, which is great. And Mission Prep losing to Templeton 13-0. Coast Union 17. Orchid Academy 1. Santa Maria 8. Dunn 2. And Salinas 5-0 over Atascadero. And there's some big games this weekend too. We'll get into that. There's some D3 stuff too. There's some teams off to some hot starts in D3. Golden West 7-0, Reedley 6-1, Templeton's 5-0, Santa Maria's 5-1, and then you had Hanford West, Dinuba, Ridgeview, all at 5-2. And this weekend, I believe it's Saturday, you got a big doubleheader matchup for Division 3 in Ridgeview and Santa Maria. And the same for Division 4. D4's got Menachie 6-1, Fowler's 5-1. Always a tough team. Fever does a great job there. Taft, CVC, both 5-1, and Mission Oak and Exeter 6-2. So that league, dude, Central Sequoia, that's going to be a fun league to watch. CVC, Exeter, Hanford West, Dinuba, Emmanuel, Selma. Kingsburg's in there. I think they're off to a tough start right now. I think 0-8. But dude, that league, that's gonna be some fun baseball. They're all playing well right now.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be a league to win and get good seedings for playoffs.
Pretty underrated, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, nobody really talks about local baseball other than PAG. So I guess it's not. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think, again, it comes down to...
by the way, Selma's always in it. Emmanuel's tough. Dinuba's always good. Hanford West, they're down division this year, but I think that's where they belong, I think. Exeter's always pretty good. CVC's always good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good baseball league.
Yeah.
And all of them right now are playing really well. So, and then, you know, the EYL too. There's some good matchups there. Menachie and Mission Oak, when that league starts to go. There'll be some playoff implications there. So D4, I mean, that's going to be fun to watch all year. There's like 10 teams that it's wide open.
Yeah.
And then Division 5, McLean right now is kind of just running through their league. They had some big wins over Minarets. And then Delano's 4-1, Arvin's 5-3. And Washington Union's there.
Hey, D5, though, they've probably had the toughest schedule.
Washington Union, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The last 4 or 5 games.
They're D5?
Yeah. And I think they're Pacific Grove, I saw. So yeah, their last 4 or 5 games have been D2, D3. They were in the SynCal with
they
Bayer,
played D1, and they played
Bullard. Yeah, I think Union's had a really and the Fresno High yesterday. I think they lost 4-3. So that's a pretty tough schedule there. And then D6, what I could find, there's not a huge sample in D6, but you've got Kennedy's kind of just ran through it so far. Their only loss was to Mission Oak. So we'll see. D6, you got Fresno Christian in there. Kern Valley's in there. Strathmore's been playing decent. They're 5-4 right now, I think. And Roosevelt's they're 4-2, I believe. So there's some teams there. Again, there's not a lot of games played, so I can't really get a huge gauge. And if you've got more details on any of those teams, any of those leagues or divisions, hit us up. We love to talk about them. And then just going into this weekend, there's some big matchups. Today, Wednesday, these games will be out tomorrow. You got Arroyo Grande hosting Dos Pueblos, who's got some wins over Chatsworth and Oaks Christian. Paso is at Redwood.
That's gonna be a good one.
It's a big match. And then Thursday at Atascadero's at LD. That's gonna be big for Division II. And then Friday you got Rigetti at Clovis. Friday night. And Saturday you guys host Rigetti, Clovis West. Rigetti's at Clovis West at noon. Saturday Madera, we're on the road at Arroyo Grande. That's gonna be a big D2 matchup. I think. We're at full strength.
That's gonna be good for seedings.
Yeah, we're still not where we want to be.
Your record is very deceiving. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we had basketball guys out for the first 6 games. So, but we still have some work. They're still catching up, man. They're still a little bit behind.
Hey, it doesn't matter till you get in the league.
Sure, so. I agree. Paso at Centennial.
That's gonna be good. Centennial's hot.
Yep. Fireball Templeton. Another good matchup. And Strathmore there is going to be at Morro Bay, and then Pioneer and Sunnyside play a doubleheader Saturday also. So get out there.
I think Friday as well. Memorial plays Turlock.
Is it?
I think it's Friday.
I know. They're coming here, right? They're coming to Memorial.
I think so. I want to say it's Friday, but don't quote me on it. It's either Friday or Saturday, but I do know.
Look it up. Go look it up.
I do know Memorial plays Turlock. That's going to be a good game.
Dude, their schedule, man.
We said it.
Yeah.
Memorial has the toughest schedule in the section.
They didn't mess around.
And kudos to JD.
Yeah.
He said he's trying to knock all the haters down. And, I was one of those at one point. I'm not going to lie. But they've stepped their game up and be like, we're Division I. Let's have a Division I schedule.
Well, they're letting their play. They're not doing with this. They're playing baseball and they're beating Buchanan. Right now in D1, you can't really move Clovis north. So it's can't. North Memorial with Buchanan in my mind right now.
Friday, if they beat Turlock, you might because they lost to Turlock North. So that could be a factor. But the Clovis Sports Report is doing a great job with the seedings. I love it. They do. They're keeping it right on point. And even if Memorial did win, who's to say they do move? It's just 1 and 2 is pretty locked up right now with North and Memorial. So everybody's fighting for that third spot.
Yeah, and I think we got to do our best to not be biased, right? I love our club. I have history at Clovis West
I'm not saying
too.
Clovis West should be one.
No, I don't think you are. No, I'll be honest with you.
I think we're sitting pretty at 5. I'm fine with that.
Because I think your offense has still got some ways more to improve.
A lot to improve.
And that's no knock. That's a challenge, if anything.
Challenge me, but you're not challenging me.
We're in the same boat.
We're challenging my guys
over here.
My guys got to figure it out.
Well, you're talented enough, and I think they will. But right now, my top 3 for sure is North, Memorial, Buchanan.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Buchanan's young, and they're only going to continue to get better. Their defense is spectacular. We played them. It was, I was blown away. They don't play like youngsters.
Well, if anybody that ever plays Buchanan, or if you have a day off and you get into track play, because I know there's not a lot of batting practice that goes on in the tournament stuff.
Or on the field.
But when we get into track play, I recommend, you go watch Buchanan the way they do their BP. It's unbelievable. It's like a Division I college, the way they run things and how smooth it is. I saw it last year for the first time. My jaw doesn't drop very often over stuff in high school, but it was touching the ground, and I was very impressed by the way they run things over there. So they're gonna be good.
And then the JUCO play, man. We want to get.
Well, let's talk about the other games first. And Fresno City had a walk-off yesterday against Taft.
6-5 final there.
And then Merced beat West Hills 9-5 and 10. And Porterville's off this week. So, and COS, that's this week's gonna be tough, man. This week's gonna be tough. COS Reedley, That's a great series, and I mean Taft's good. You know, everybody's good in the CBC, so it's going to be a good year. But yeah, let's see if Reedley could bounce back tomorrow.
Yeah, at COS, I believe. So we're gonna get Coach Pearse on the line here at Reedley College. So when we come back, we'll have him give us a little update on Reedley baseball for 2020. So sit tight with us.
Hey everybody, welcome to HIT.OR.DIE podcast, episode 3, Call to the Clubhouse. We're here with Coach Pearse from Reedley College. They're 13-5 overall.
13-5, I believe,
And
5-2.
5-2 in the CBC play. With the tough week going right now with COS, Coach, just give us an update and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you having me. The start was a good start. It started off good up in the Bay Area. We had to play, 2 extra inning games to start out the year, 25 innings in less than 24 hours. So that's sort of taxing on a pitching staff that early in the season. And we had to play Sierra on Sunday. And, we didn't have much left in the tank. But other than that, we're happy with our start, and that's all it is the start. We had a tough game yesterday. It was a well-played game by both sides. And came up on the short end 4-3 against COS. But we have a shot at them tomorrow down there, so we'll get after it.
Yeah, you guys have started off tough, and is it gonna help you guys? You think for later in the year when you got these tough matchups with COS early on? And I think did you have Taft last week?
Yeah, we opened up with Taft and won that series. And then when you play good teams, that should help you in the long run. We played Golden West was probably one of the best hitting teams that we faced this year. Marin was a good club that we played early in the year that caught fire. Sierra had a good club. Sac City had that's as good as pitching as they'll probably be in the state, and they had a good club. So those kind of teams should help you down the road when you do play against good competition, so you don't really blink an eye when you see someone have a throw 88 to 90 or have a good curveball or be able to cross count, throw any pitch at any time. So that's what you want.
Any surprises with some of the younger guys or some guys on the roster that have kind of done things you haven't expected yet from them?
Yeah, well, probably our number one pitcher right now is Matt Mathis. And he's really came along pitching wise, and he's had quality start after quality start, and he's a real competitive kid. And offensively, he's doing something. So he's DHing and pitching for us. And he came in. I mean, it's Clovis East, and he came in a little chunky, but he's really cleaned up his body, and really it's really helped him be able to do some things and maximize his ability level. So we're happy with him. Our closer, Cameron Gallardo out of Redwood High in Visalia, has done a good job as a closer for us. He's one of the state leaders in saves. He's averaging over 2 strikeouts an inning. He's up to 93 last week, so he's really developed. Got a real loose arm, so there might be more in the tank down the road when he puts more weight on his body. So he's done a really good job. Jesse Hoagland is a Southern California kid that kicked back from us from Colorado State Pueblo. Knows how to get on base, put together some at bats. One of the state leaders in walks. He's got 23 walks this year already, so he sees a lot of pitches and knows the strike zone. Danny Gamez from Clovis East is a sophomore catcher. He's really improved defensively. Alan Crowley, who's coaching with us now, has really helped develop him and our catching. Jordan Smith and Jake Hand, and they've really gravitated to him, and they've really picked their game up a notch behind the plate. Isaiah Haddad we put him up at the leadoff probably about 5 games ago, and that sort of kick-started him a little bit. He was a guy that hadn't played a lot of baseball the last 2 years. But as you guys have been around this game where the more you play, the better you should get. And he's done that. Jake Renteria's having better at bats. We shook him up in the lineup and moved him up. And his, when he uses the whole field, he does really well. But his at bats have improved. He leads our team in RBIs. H.I.T.OR.DIE is a kid that, he shows flashes, and I think consistency is right around the corner with him. He's sort of the leader of our team, sort of the captain of our ship, and he does a good job of keeping things in order. And he's one of those model citizens that you like to have lead your team, and so he's really helped us from a leadership standpoint. Our bullpen for the most part has been good, and our starting pitching's been good.
Yeah, that's nice. No, you're talking about starters going, quality starts. That's got to be huge.
Yeah,
you can get guys going into deep in the game.
Yeah, but for the most part, we're getting 6 innings out of our starters a lot of the times, and that's not having McNair available to his capabilities yet. He came back after January and tweaked his back, so that set him back. And then he threw in Sac City through 3 innings, shutout ball, and felt something in his triceps, and so we've calmed that down a little bit. So we're giving him short 1-inning spurts here, but we look for him to expand his role a little more. And he's a guy that's been through he's been through it for a whole year. So. And he's a tough kid. He comes from the McNair family, and if you're familiar with the McNair family, they're tough kids. And he's a Clovis kid, and we love getting Clovis high school kids because you know what you're getting.
Well, I think this is a good week too. Even after yesterday, you're gonna kind of see what kind of team you have going into tomorrow, definitely, and that toughness.
Yeah, that's one thing we've done is we haven't lost 2 in a row yet, so. We got our work cut out for us tomorrow, and then we'll play Saturday, and then we'll rehash what's going on, and then we got Merced next week, who's pitching well too. So it doesn't get much easier, but that's the way you want it.
Kind of just doesn't stop.
No, the league's tough. It's always been tough though that way, and every game's a new game, and you can't really think forward or behind. You got to take that one.
No.
That cliche, it really makes sense in the CVC. It really does. One game at a time.
There's no doubt.
The series wins are big too. So even though tomorrow you're not trying to think forward, it is a must win.
You don't want to think that.
No, I know.
Pressure on yourself, but when you go home at night, you say, well, "We got to win tomorrow." You don't want that to be the main focus. You want to execute pitches. You want to execute at bats. You want to make sure you're preparing right and doing everything in your power so you can have clarity in the game, and that's important, is having clarity in the game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I know you're busy. You got guys coming to hit early, and good luck to you guys. You guys are starting off hot. Keep it rolling. We love what you do over there, Reedley, and your coaching staff works hard. And
yeah, they do. I'm very fortunate to have the coaches we have. They do a great job, and they do. They're the nuts and bolts of our program. They really are.
Yeah, we'll keep working hard and go get them tomorrow and finish this week strong.
Yeah, we'll get you back on here in the next couple weeks. Keep updates coming.
Okay, you got it. Good luck to your Golden Eagles and your Coyotes.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right, let's see you guys.
All righty.
Yeah.
Coach Pearse.
Man, that's another guy you could just sit and talk to all day long.
Yeah, and Labby's not kidding, man. That guy. We were there, a couple hours, and the knowledge.
Yeah.
That thing. He's that, even with, all of those guys, though. All of them. It's just a different
recall, right?
Yeah, he talks about recall. Some of the stories and things they remember. It's pretty crazy. Getting into staying with college, the Dogs last night.
Walk off.
Yeah, Tuesday night game, Seton Hall. I didn't really look at their schedule to see who they're in town playing. or where they're going to this weekend. But obviously a midweek game. They're on the road heading somewhere. So stopping Fresno. Was it 11? Bottom of the 11th last night? I think it was.
Was it the 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But another tough start for Jay Carroll from Sanger. But Seton Hall swung it, man. At the beginning of the game, both teams were swinging it pretty good. Fresno State's been swinging it. You know, they've been hot.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 straight wins. They're 8-4. They should be 9-3 with that Sunday game to UW with the balk call. But it is what it is. They're 8-4, 6 straight. Irvine, Washington, Cal Poly, Columbia, and Seton Hall. It's a pretty good homestand for all you guys that had opportunities for 12 games to watch the Dogs. But it's an exciting team.
I don't know. What did you say? 8-4?
8-4
right now. I mean, but last night's game ended funky.
It was weird.
Bases loaded, right? It was second and
0-1.
third. Pinch hitter.
Walk.
And then it looked like the hitter missed a sign, I would assume.
The hitter or
somebody missed
we don't
the
know.
sign.
We were trying to figure it out. We were hoping to maybe I could
talk to Bates or
get a hold
Coach
of,
Batesel or
Ovi later and just find out for our next show. But it looked like somebody missed. It almost looked like Morgan missed it because he kind of grabbed his helmet and turned away when he was in the rundown. And Morgan was the hitter, and Higgins was on third. And they got in a rundown, one throw to third, and then Higgins just took off home. There's like 3 Seton Hall guys standing around home plate and the umpire. And they threw it to the umpire. It looked
hit his foot or something, but he didn't look in the way, and the pitcher didn't look. He wasn't at home.
Well, the umpire's not going to stand, right at home. I mean, it just, I don't know. It looked like the Seton Hall pitcher was pointing that there's,
and we'll have the clip on the video so people can see it if they haven't already. It's on Fresno State's Twitter page.
It was a weird way to win, but a win's a win.
And they didn't execute the rundown. You
didn't.
But even at that, right? You go back to that inning. Fresno pops the ball up in foul territory.
Mm-hmm.
That drops.
Yeah.
And he gets to live for another day and hits a deep fly ball to center. That advanced the runners to second and third.
Which should be a sack. I think that should be a sack fly. That's a rule. You're changing all these stupid rules. That needs to be a rule change where, on a fly ball, you advance the guy from second to third with less than 2. That should be a sack fly.
I think one sack advanced 2 runners.
I know.
But I'm saying that was a situation where I think it would have been 2 outs, first and second.
Yeah, because Timian flew out.
Where now it's, I think it was 1 out, right? It would have been 1 out. Either way, it was 1 out.
Oh yeah, because a double play would have ended.
Yeah. So either way, though, your double plays in order. You don't have to walk anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was an interesting moment in the game where it's like now, and your pitcher's all now throwing extra pitches too a dangerous hitter with a running scoring position. Like you're thinking, we got to make that play.
Yeah.
And it probably kills a little momentum, right? You've got your dude up. He flies out to the first baseman. You kind of exhale a little bit, like damn.
Yeah. No, Fresno was Mountain West Player of the Week. Was that 2 weeks in a row, or Irvine week, and then
I don't know.
I think he's been it twice
for sure.
already.
They put it out there. He was this last week.
Yeah, he's hot right now. He's Timian, Higgins.
Well, they talked about on that broadcast how the bullpen was fantastic last night.
Yeah, I mean the bullpen gave up 2 hits, I think.
No runs, I think I saw though, right?
Yeah, there's no runs, and they gave up 4 base runners or something like the rest of the game. Yeah, they threw good, and then I like Kendrick, man. He came in there and he threw 2 innings. He did good. Their pitching staff's good, and we know, talking to Batesall, they're gonna be real young, and he always says, the good thing about teams are when they're old. They're old teams, but they've played, above and beyond probably what the expectations were for this team. But
I'd love to get his thoughts on it.
They're fun to watch, dude.
Yeah, they are. I've enjoyed it.
We've been to a couple games this year, and we'll probably go to more once
absolutely
we don't have games on the weekends and stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Maybe Paul Leffler, we can get up in the booth with him.
Wink, wink.
Or when he's not there, we can maybe do the games on the 940 ESPN radio if Pacheco wants to get us on there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to go watch them play.
Big road series this week.
Arizona State. It's a big one, and yeah,
Who were they just at? I just thought I saw.
I don't know. Were they in a tournament or something?
No, their guy was it Torkelson. That's their guy.
Yeah, he
hit a jack.
When doesn't he?
He hit a lot.
That guy can swing it, man. He broke the freshman record with 20 plus jacks. I mean, that's freaking ridiculous. And then it's gonna be a good series.
Yeah, 3 games at Arizona State,
and they have Cooper Benson is one of their starters, so that's gonna be kind of good to watch. I don't know if we're gonna be able to watch it though. I don't know if the Mountain West Network's gonna be there.
We'll have to see. Arizona State, maybe Pac-12 Network will have something.
Yeah, or ESPN Plus or something like that. Hopefully.
You know what? And Andy brought up that site on YouTube, just real quick. That has highlights of different games. Dude, it's awesome, man. I was been watching them all weekend. I watched more the other night, and the account is Wheels, WHEELS. And dude, there was just tons of them.
I wonder if they have a Twitter handle we could.
I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But on YouTube, man, they just have highlights of all kinds of games. And then the Dogs come back home Tuesday and host UOP Tuesday night, and then back out on the road to play Oklahoma State and your old coach, the Cowboys. So lots of baseball. I don't know. I think Tuesday's game at UOP will be streamed on that Mountain West deal.
Yeah, normally their home games are.
Yeah. But then they go see Coach Walton, Coach Holliday's Cowboys, their new updated facility.
I don't know if they're in there yet.
Oh, no? I know they were posting pictures as the construction had taken place, but
I'm not sure if they're in the ballpark yet until game 1 of Big 12. They might
so
be
they playing like a minor league park somewhere?
No, they're just playing at their old park.
Oh, it's a whole new complex.
Whole new, yep.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, so they're still at Alley P. But I think the other one's gonna be Boone or something after. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a minor league ballpark, pretty much.
It looks the pictures they'd posted over the summer look pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
and then the other thing we forgot to shout out was Mitch Carricker on staff with Baylor. They won that Shriners Hospital tournament.
And they started off tough, man. With Nebraska Series 1. It was like the first game was like 19 to something. It was crazy, but yeah, they beat Arkansas. Arkansas was hot too, and they beat Arkansas in the Shriners. I do want to bring this up because we were talking about it with Lavi. Arkansas's got a stud 17-year-old freshman just dropping bizzles. I think he plays middle infield. Moore is I think Moore is his last name.
Just because the younger guy,
17 years old, man. Should be a senior in high school, and he's playing for Arkansas in the SEC. Raking.
Well, and I think
but my point is, how good are you?
Yeah.
Like,
well, you said something.
How much do you work? How hard are you working?
You said something last week when we were doing this kind of review of everybody. Go out and watch a division. Go watch the Dogs. Go I think it's great if kids think they're D1. Awesome.
Go watch Fresno Pacific.
That's the confidence you need to have in yourself, right?
Go watch JUCO.
But go watch these guys play. Go watch City and COS and Reedley. Go watch FPU. Go watch the Dogs. And if you're in Bakersfield, go watch those guys.
Yeah, Bakersfield Junior College has always been pretty good.
And see, man, am I at this level? Can I play at this pace?
I mean, it's
go watch
really
a practice.
Crazy.
A lot of guys have their practices open.
And this is what it just frustrates me. It's like, if Fresno State signed me, why would I not be there? I'm in high school, dude. Do you remember in high school we had no care in the world? We had nothing to do. We did whatever we wanted after practice. Like, we were at Fresno State. You don't think? And they get in free. What? Go to the game and be on your phone. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
we had fewer distractions. We had.
But I also have players that aren't going to Division I that are at Fresno State every weekend watching games, and they always hit me up. It's just like, are you that good where you're just gonna walk in there and it's a done deal? Like, go see how they're running bunt plays in games, or try to pick things up so you have an advantage as a freshman. That's what I'm saying is, like, just because you sign somewhere doesn't mean you're gonna go in and just hit the lineup.
Yeah,
it's not a done deal. You have to work harder now to prove why you're going there.
Well, and Labby said that the other day. It takes work.
Dude, the work doesn't stop ever.
Well, it increases.
Well, if you watch like Nelson Cruz is 40 years old.
It's crazy.
99% of the high school kids could not keep up with him in his off-season workouts. Guaranteed. I would say 100%. Could not keep up with him. I mean, I follow him on social media. Holy smokes. His workouts he does. I mean, there's a reason why he's 40 hitting 30, driving in 100, and still batting in the upper twos. I mean, his workouts are ridiculous.
Right, and again, I go back to Labby too. Labby said, listen, these guys are, it's great to train and want to work like they work. But to try to use them to compare yourself is way wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you can want to work like that. Absolutely. Yep. Take all that and go put it, again, they're looking for big leaguers.
Yeah.
I think your mindset's got to shift.
If I was going to Fresno
State. And that goes
State,
for any of them.
Yeah.
Like obviously AMs can't just go to Oregon every weekend and watch
No, I know, but go to Fresno State and see how D1 pitchers
I mean, you got Stanford coming to town.
I mean, you had UW, Irvine, Cal Poly, Columbia. Columbia was in the Ivy League championship last year. It's not like they're bad.
No.
Seton Hall's always really good. I mean, they've had a tough schedule. But go watch baseball. Like, you get better watching baseball. Trust me. You do. You see the way guys field. You see the way they take pitches.
And I think especially college baseball.
Oh, yeah. Because they're trying to win baseball.
It's closer to the high school game, obviously, than pro ball. I mean, there's no question. So I think the more you can go, even at City, like it's even closer.
Yeah, for sure. It's lost. Like there was a pretty good crowd when we were there the other night. Yeah, period. Go watch college baseball if you think you're a college baseball player. Period.
Yeah, I mean,
do it.
That's it.
It's just frustrating.
Because you hear it?
No, it's frustrating because the time we live in now compared to what we grew up in. Like the athletes.
As far as, like, they're better?
We were better.
Players or athletes?
Both.
You think so?
Yes.
I wasn't an elite athlete, but
you'd start in a track school right now.
I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
We were in the track then, yeah, and I
know, but I'm just saying, like, we were not doing something baseball oriented.
Yeah, I don't know who's to blame for that. I don't know, but I agree. I think more kids need to go out and watch more games. I think
there's spring training on. Go watch baseball on TV. Go to a game and watch baseball. If that's what you want to do.
Well, if you're on your phone,
you have to surround yourself with it.
You can go to YouTube. We've talked about this on the show before. Like there's guys that do T work on there, and you
make sure you go to the right one.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, you got to separate the good from the bad, but there's still good stuff out there to watch. And
there is.
We finally got all our guys to do. I'm on there. We have, a text thread, text group with the whole team, and I just shoot them videos, and I'll just shoot them stuff, and hopefully they watch it. We don't make it homework, but yeah, man, the more you watch, the more you see, the more you learn, the more that the instincts come out, right?
And I get not everybody wants to do that and play at the next level, but if you're one of those guys that want to play at the next level, are you, one, doing everything you can to get better at this game? And two, are you surrounding yourself with the right people to help you move on to that next level? Whether it's
hitting
going
when
to games,
when you don't want to hit.
Yeah. It's hitting when you don't want to hit. It's going to a baseball game just to watch. You don't even have to stay the whole game. Go watch 3 innings, 4 innings, 2 innings. Go early and watch their batting practice. Watch their in and out. Like how they do simple things.
I like watching in between innings. I tell our guys, watch how they take ground balls in between innings.
Yeah.
Watch how that pitcher warms up in between innings.
Yeah.
I was during the scrimmage at State, I was watching a kid, and I can hear the guy Shaq playing catch with the right field or left fielder talking about adjusting, with the sun. And I'm like, dude, our guys just whatever.
Yeah.
They find a spot out and we'll move them, but things like that. That's the kind of stuff you get from playing and watching.
100%.
Watch more baseball. Period. And that's going to be a shirt.
We have a lot of shirts that we need to put out. But
what's the other one you made? It was Basil's, right?
Yeah.
Can't get along, get it on.
Can't get along, get it on.
Period.
And then there should always be a chip.
Yeah,
From
Dylan. That was a great one. Yeah, I think that's episode 43.
Called the Clubhouse 2.
Yeah.
Even though it's our first one that we named it that.
Yeah,
but.
I'll change the name on that one. And if you haven't heard Labby's episode 42, please go do it.
Great episode.
Pro Scout kind of giving you the ins and outs of things he looks, and just more of his just opinion, bro.
Yeah.
Which I loved all of it.
And I mean, he's talked to scouts, he's talked to college recruiters, he's talked to this. So it's not like it's his only opinion. You know what I mean?
Well, he makes a living,
signing guys.
Yeah. Like looking at baseball players.
So his opinion means something.
Well, they don't just give those jobs to whoever.
No.
You know what I mean? They're not just, all right, that's cool. Let's hire this guy. There is something there to back it a little bit. So, but yeah, go back and check out Labs and all of them if you want to stream them all. I know some people have done that. So,
I mean, I still go back and listen to some of the oldies, our first ones and stuff.
What was the last one you listened to?
The last one I listened to, I mean, I listen to Bates Alls almost once a week just because it gets me fired up. I went back and listened to, I did go back and listen to Labby's before we had him on. And then before that, I think I listened to Donald's. Yeah.
I would like to sit
every
down
now
with
and
him
then I'll
again.
throw our first one on just to see how bad we were.
I did that. I had to stop. Yeah, that may be interesting. We give some thoughts on some of that. Because I've honestly enjoyed everybody we've talked to.
Oh, for sure.
And I've gotten something different out of everybody we've talked to.
100.
And people might think some of the guys because I really like Jordan Brinks.
Yeah.
I liked Manzolino's a lot. Jason's was a favorite. Coach Pearse is one of my favorites.
I mean, if you can take at least one thing from each episode, you're getting better at baseball knowledge.
Coach Esker,
and smarts.
Coach Esker,
Eager, Vanderhook, Savage,
all the college, obviously, and then Coach Batesels.
Scott.
Coach Batesels is definitely because I don't play them back a lot because I do all the editing for it, right?
So you listen to them like 5 times before we put them out.
Before it's posted, I've already heard it a few times. But yeah, there's some I do go back and listen to, and Batesels is for sure one of my favorites. So yeah, if you do have a favorite, let us know. Tweet that out there.
I mean, they're all good. We don't put bad information out there.
I liked Pappy's. Pappy's was good. I like the stories, man. That's kind of what I love about it. And I think it's, Coach Bennett was fun to listen to talk.
Coach Bennett was awesome.
I don't have a favorite, because even my wife was asking. Like,
I have a favorite. It's just Bates All.
That's your favorite one?
100. Yeah, without a doubt. I could listen to that one every single day. Just because it was more, and I'm not saying the other ones, it was different. It was the first time that we didn't talk about the career of the guy we were talking to. We just talked baseball.
Right.
And he personally texted me and said,
don't throw him under the bus like that.
No, but he just didn't want to talk about himself. He didn't,
yes. So people know that. That's why that went the way it did. He didn't want to talk about himself.
And I and I'm not saying everybody else does. I'm just saying,
no. It's just kind of how we do things.
We want people to get to know who they are and stuff like that. And we got to know Bates All in a different way. And we still got what we wanted out of the episode with, how he recruits and all that stuff. So we just didn't go about his background personally,
because that's out there, and you can
read that, and it was awesome, just talking baseball with him, and like we said, when we talked to Eager for almost hour and a half after we did his thing, talking 2-strike approach.
Yeah, and Esker, dude, is.
Or an Esker, Esker. And but we talked to Eager for like almost 45 minutes after we were walking around.
Yeah, that was a full. But even Coach Batesel, he would have never kicked us out. I loved it. I think that's awesome. You don't get that. I want to talk to him again as soon as possible. I know he's got.
I went back a week later.
I would, if I had the time, I would be out there as much as I could. Also, so
I love it.
Yeah, if anybody's got a favorite, tweet it out there. That's fine. But no, I don't know why we got into this topic, kind of tangent down this way, but
they're all good.
I kind of like everybody, man.
You can get something from each one.
Yeah, there's great stories for younger kids to hear. I mean, the high school kids like the Dylan Lees and Connor Brogdons, with Brink, and they're all great stories. Guys that go JUCO, Loops, dude almost didn't play baseball.
I know.
I was telling somebody that story the other day, and they're like, and he's in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Huh. It's crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to go back and listen to some episodes, go back. Other than that, I think we'll be doing this again probably next week. We're working on a roundtable with some coaches, maybe Labby again and some other guys. And then we're also going to be working on getting Paul Metters and Austin Kemp on here to do an episode with those guys. So keep checking the Global Sports Report for their rankings, and PAGS updates and stuff regularly also. So anyways, that's it for episode 43 of Hit or Die podcast.
Hit or Die.